where we're trying to find the unknown in a mechanism using the torque equation. So the torque equation is as follows. Torque is equal to force times distance. So it's a simple equation. Now let's just use this equation to solve the following problems. So here our unknown is the torque. This is our distance, and this is our force. So our equation, torque is equal to force times distance, tells us that torque is equal to 50 newtons times 3.0 meters. And you just have to put this in your calculator. It tells us that torque is equal to 150 Newton meters. So the torque here is 150 Newton meters. Now let's look at another example. Here, our unknown is the force. We're given a D and we're given a torque. So we know that our force is applied at a distance of 5.6 feet and it generates a known amount of torque. We need to know what force will cause that amount of torque. So torque is equal to force times distance. And when we want to solve for force, that means we're going to have to bring our distance to the other side of the equation. Since it's a multiplication here, we're going to divide it on the other side. So torque divided by distance is equal to the force. So 345 feet pounds divided by 5.6 feet is equal to the force. And our feet cancel out, so we're just left with a unit of pounds, which is good for our force. And the value for this is 44 pounds is equal to the force. So force is equal to 44 pounds. All right, now let's move on to our final one here. We have a known torque of 200 Newton centimeters created by a force of 50 newtons. Now we want to know how far away does that force have to be applied to result in that torque. So remember the equation, same as before. Torque is equal to force times distance. And here we want to solve for distance. So this force is going to come to the other side. The force is going to come to the other side of the equation as a division. So let's solve this here. It tells us that torque over force is equal to distance. Now all we have to do is plug in our values. So for the torque is 200 Newton centimeters divided by a force of 50 newtons is equal to our distance. And our units of newtons cancel out, so we're just left with centimeters, which is perfect for our distance. And just doing this division here, we get an answer of 4, the units of centimeters, is equal to distance. So D is equal to 4 centimeters. That's all for this video. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below and I'll be happy to answer them.